Okay, so now it's time to talk about brushes. I have a lot of brushes that I really, to be honest, don't use. I mainly use the same ones over and over, and then I wash them and then I use them again because I really like those. So I'm going to start with shadow brushes. I have this pointed brush here. This is like, let's do it this way. This is like from a Walmart collection, I believe. My best friend gave it to me. This is pretty good for applying cream shadow, so I'm going to keep that. And I apologize in advance that some of these are not clean. I need to wash them, I know that. I just haven't had time and I really wanted to go ahead and get this video filmed. Anyway, moving on. This is the Real Techniques shading brush. And this is one of my favorite brushes for applying shadow all over the eyelid because I have a smaller eyelid, and some like brushes that are made for packing shadow onto the lid, they're just too large for my eyes and I get it everywhere. And I have two of these actually. And I like having two of these because in general, they're both really nasty looking right now, but I like to leave one and only use a lighter color, and then the other one I use darker colors, and that kind of helps extend how long I can use them before I have to wash them. Okay, this is a base shadow brush, and as it suggests, it's really good for using with a cream base kind of product and applying it. I use this with my color tattoo and also with my MAC paint pot. This little guy here is an accent brush, and I mainly use this to run colors underneath my lower lash line. I really do like this, and I don't use it a ton, and I'm gonna keep it for now, but I'm thinking it probably will get tossed at some point. This here, as you can see, is all dinged up and well loved. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush. I have small eyes. There's no way in hell this could ever be a crease brush. But it works really nice to buff the Bare Minerals foundation in on spots that you want to conceal. So that's what I use this guy for. This here is a flat shadow brush from a Walmart holiday set. I don't really use this very much. I haven't really found anything that I really need it for. It's kind of too fat to use for eyeliner, and it's too big to use like all over my lids. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I think it's going to get donated. This is my absolute favorite eyeshadow brush. It's great for doing just a one shadow look. It's not too huge, so I can still use it on my eyelids without it getting everywhere. This is just the $1 e.l.f. Professional eyeshadow brush, and it looks like they've changed it and it's a little stumpier, but this one is probably at least 4 years old, and I love it. This is the Urban Decay brush that came. It's just a flat shadow brush. It came in the Naked One palette. I like this. It's great for using with cream shadow. This is a brush that came in my Ipsy bag from Crown Brush. On this end, it has a brush that it's labeled shadow, but I like to use this to blend out my crease area. And then down here is a pencil brush, and I like using this to put a darker color in towards my crease or outer V. This is the double-sided brush from the Naked 2 palette. I like it. I'm going to keep it. And then this is the Sonia Kashuk brush. It doesn't have a name written on it. I think this is the blending brush or the crease brush. I'm not sure which one, but it's just like a nice domed kind of shape. I really like this, and I'm going to keep it. So out of all of these, I only got rid of one, so that's not super great. I have two lip brushes. This one here, I've not actually gotten a chance to use yet, so I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to get rid of this one. This is an old Sephora. This came in a set that a friend gave me, and I just don't use it a lot, to be honest. I think I might actually make this into a brush that I use to clean up around my cuticles when I do my nails. Okay, now we're going to move into like brow and angled kind of brushes. So we'll start here. This is the brush I use every day to do my eyebrows. It's the MAC 208. I'm definitely going to keep this. I think it's actually supposed to be for eyeliner. However, I don't like the way this applies gel liner. I like the way it looks for filling in my brows though. This came from the little Walmart set. It just says eyeliner brush on it. I've not actually had a chance to use this to apply eyeliner, so I'm going to keep it and see how I like it. If I don't like it, I'll end up purging it. This is the e.l.f. $1 brow comb and brush, and I have had this for a couple years now, and to be honest, I never use it. I'll show you what I use instead, if I can reach it, because it's in a drawer here. And I can't reach it, but I just use an old mascara wand that I cleaned off and washed off, and I like the way that works much better than a brow comb. So this is an EcoTools flat eyeliner brush. I really like this, so I'm going to keep it. It's really nice and soft. It's not so fat that you can't use it to get a nice precise line. I really like this. Okay, next I have the angled shadow brush from a Walmart set, and I really like to use this to smudge out under my lower lash line my eyeliner, and it just makes like a little better look. I like it a lot. Okay, I also have this e.l.f. angled, small angled brush, and I think I have another one of these in with my nail polish kind of stuff. This is good for cleaning up around your cuticles, and I think I'm trying to decide. I kind of feel like I should get rid of this because, to be honest, I don't really use it a ton, but I'm gonna keep it for now, I guess. This is a, let's see, the Pixel Point eyeliner brush from Real Techniques. I really like this. It does a good job. You wouldn't think so, but you can really get a nice precise line with this brush, even a really thin line, because of the way it's hard. I don't think my camera really wants to focus on this, but it really does do a good job. This is the MAC 212 SE. I think this is like SE is special edition maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but it does a really good job for applying. I like to use this for brows, but also it does a nice job at applying like gel liner. And then the last one I have here is the Real Techniques brow brush. This isn't my favorite, and I think I'm gonna set it to the side to pass on because it's just kind of too thick in my opinion. Unless you have like just the right brow shape, I don't think most people could get away with using this. Okay, moving on to face. I own two foundation sponges. This one is a Beauty Blender knockoff that my best friend got for me from Marshall's. I don't know how much it was. I think it was a couple dollars. And I wish it worked better, but unfortunately when you get this even wet, it just feels so dense that it feels like you're beating yourself in the face when you're trying to apply foundation. So I'm going to put this in the pile to donate, and if no one wants it, because I've only used it a handful of times, if no one wants it, I'll just go ahead and toss it. And P.S. How awkwardly shaped is this? Anyway, this is the Real Techniques sponge. I really like this. This is my second one. The first one I had, I wore out and it started to tear apart. So I repurchased this maybe a month or two ago. It's not been too long ago, but I feel like they have changed the material a little bit. This one is a lot more porous looking, and I feel like this one, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, I still like it, but it's not the same as the original that I really fell in love with. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I am going to keep this one. I have two Kabuki brushes. One is from the Body Shop and one is from e.l.f. This one, as you can see, is much more dense, and this one is a lot more fluffy. I really like both of these. To be honest, I haven't been using either of them a whole lot, but I've especially been neglecting the one from the Body Shop. So I think I'm going to keep it for now, but I'm going to check back in and kind of relook at some of the stuff that I was thinking of getting rid of and seeing if I actually used it. And if I haven't been using this in, I'm not sure when, maybe like 3 or 4 months from now, I'm going to go ahead and purge it. But for now, both of those stay. I have 3 like smaller kind of brushes. This is the Precision Concealer Brush from Bare Minerals, and I like this fairly well, but to be honest, most of the time I don't use a brush when I apply concealer on blemishes. I basically just use my if I'm doing it under eye, I just use my finger, or I use the pointy end of my sponge, and if I'm doing it on my face, most of the time, I just use my fingers to blend it in. This is the Real Techniques, what do they call this? The Detailer Brush. I never use this, so I'm gonna put this to the side. And then another brush I don't use from Real Techniques is the Pointed Foundation Brush. I don't use a brush like this to do my foundation, ever. Like, this is so small. It would take me half a day to do my makeup in the morning. So I'm going to put this to the side to toss. Another like pointy foundation type brush I like is the MAC 190 SE, but I don't actually use this for foundation either. I like to use this to apply highlighter, especially cream highlighter along my cheek area. It does a really nice job for that, so I'm going to keep it. Let's see, let's look at my e.l.f. brushes. I only have 2 face brushes from e.l.f. I have the e.l.f. powder brush, and I really do like this. It's a really nice product. And then I have the e.l.f. mineral powder brush, not blush, and I like to use this to set my under eye area. Okay, moving along to Real Techniques, I have 4 face brushes from them. I have their blush brush, which I'll show you next to my hand. This is a huge brush. I don't typically use this unless I'm using a highly pigmented blush. I don't use this as a blush brush. Man, that's a tongue twister. I usually use this to use like as a setting powder brush, and it does a good job like that. I also have the buffing brush, which I really like using this for liquid foundation, but it also works really nice, in my opinion, for powder foundation like Bare Minerals. To apply liquid foundation, I usually like to use this one here, which is the Expert Face Brush. It's really nice, and it's shaped in such a way that it's easy to get like around your nose and under your eyes and all of that, so I like that a lot. And then finally, I have the contour brush, and I do use this to contour. I also like using this to set under my eyes. It just kind of depends on my mood. The 2 brushes I do use for blush, this one came in a Tarte holiday kit a couple of years ago, and it's a really nice brush. It's kind of smaller, which is good for me. And you can see like next to this one's a lot bigger. This is an EcoTools, and it does a really good job of picking up product and blending in. I have 2 face brushes left. This is the MAC 227 SE. I like to use this for contouring. It does a really good job for that. And finally, I have the Bare Minerals Flawless Face Brush. I don't love this. I'm going to keep it for now, but it sheds a lot, so it probably will get purged in the near future. But that is all of my brushes. There's quite a few, as you can see. I am happy to be getting rid of a few. I know there's more that probably will go in the future, but I feel like right now, if I got rid of them, I might regret it, so I would rather just wait. Thanks for watching. I have one more video coming up that will be going over like body, shower gel, hair stuff, all that fun stuff. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.